Groceries are one of the biggest expenses for families, but not after this morning. We are not only helping you cut back on that bill, we're also going to help make your shopping list healthier because you can have both. In this week's Health Watch, it is a win-win. Great prices on healthy foods. And joining us to help do that, author of Feed the Belly and Health Magazine senior food and nutrition editor, Largeman-Roth. Great to have you back with us this morning.
Thank you, Erica.
For a lot of people, it does seem, there's sort of this myth out there that, well, I can't really eat healthy and buy all kinds of fresh fruits and vegetables because it's too expensive. Not true.
Not true, but you want to get them in the least processed state. So, go to the farmer's market, get it fresh, it's not processed, and then take it home, cook it yourself. Numerous studies shows that this is the freshest, the best way, healthiest way to eat.
And also, if you're looking for fresh produce, fruits, and vegetables, the least expensive way to do it, too, is to shop with the seasons.
That's right.
So if it's not in season, you don't need to buy it.
Right. Strawberries, don't go for them now.
Not happening.
For the apples and the pears.
Okay, perfect. So you mentioned a farmer's market. This is a great place to get deals. Tell us a little bit about why it's such an inexpensive place for good food.
Well, the farmers are bringing it directly to the market, and so there's no middle person markup. But you want to go later in the day when they're about to close because you're going to get the best deals. They want to get rid of it. They don't want to truck it back home.
Even better. You say there are a few pitfalls though that you should look out for here, things not to buy at the farmer's market.
Don't go there for pies and other baked goods and candles and things like that. You're going to spend a lot of money on those things. Stick to the fresh produce.
Bring your list and stick to it. Also, a food co-op, which people may not be familiar with. You actually have to buy into this to be a part of it?
This is a membership-only kind of place to shop. And actually, my husband and I were members in Park Slope at the food co-op, and it's great. It's fantastic produce. You get really good turnover, very low markup, only about a 20% markup versus about 60% or more at the regular grocery store, but you do have to work. So if you can't work that into your schedule, it's not going to work out for you.
Okay, or some you can actually just buy in and you may not have to work depending on the one in your area.
Then you don't, right, but then you don't get as big of a discount.
Aha, gotcha. So that's the catch there. So we've got the farmer's market, the food co-op, and something called a CSA, a community-supported agriculture. I actually did this years ago in San Francisco.
Did you?
It was great. You would get a mystery box of vegetables.
That's right.
Called the box every week.
Right. You get the box every week, and it's $400 to $500 a year, or for the season, and so it works out to about $20, $25 a week. This is the cheapest way to go. But because you never know what you're going to get, you might end up with a box full of turnips and parsnips, which may not be your favorite thing.
Although sometimes I will say, at least the one, I split it with a colleague, which was a good way to do it because we knew we wouldn't eat all of it. We were both single at the time, and they sent recipes because we would look at things like the turnip and say, okay, now what do we do with that?
It's great for trying new things and getting more adventurous.
Okay, so that's a good way to do it. Also, warehouse clubs. So many people look at this. For families especially, this can be a great deal. What type of produce, though, am I getting quality-wise at, say, a huge big box warehouse?
Well, I went to Costco 2 weeks ago, and I was amazed that they had an entire floor of food. And so it's not all organic, but they do have organic. You have to kind of pick and choose, and it really is only worthwhile if you have about, 4 people in your household.
Okay. So single people, small families, not a great deal.
Yeah, not a great deal. You do have to pay a membership fee.
Right, but so that works out well. And then when you're talking about your local grocery store, which for a lot of people in this country, that's the only available option.
Right.
Can I still get a good deal on good produce?
You can. You can get a great deal, but look at those weekly specials. And in fact, many grocery stores are putting them online these days, so you can know what's on sale before you go and kind of cater your menu around that. And again, buy what's in season because that's going to be the cheapest right now.
Sounds good. All great tips, and this will help us maybe regain or lose a little bit, I should say, after Thanksgiving before we move into the rest of those holidays. Largeman-Roth, always good to have you with us. Thanks.
Thank you.
For more tips on saving money on healthy food, just log on to our partner in health, WebMD.com, and search for Eating on a Budget.